right, everybody, welcome back to the Double Dribble Podcast. This is episode 19, and we have some breaking news. Well,
Here
first
we
let me
go.
let me say, first as always, I'm Destin.
And I'm Drew. And
That's Drew,
Kawhi, man.
man. Uh, so according to ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski, it says Kawhi is out tonight with a knee sprain. It said he aggravated it in game one. He played through it in game two, and now he's out tonight, and he's gonna be day to day for game four Saturday. Um, yeah, this was surprising because I don't know, like Kawhi, he was having a great series so far to me. Um, he didn't really look hurt, like
Nope.
as I mean he has the little limp in his
He was
walk,
like,
but
yeah,
that's just
yeah. He did limp a little bit in the game, but
yeah.
you didn't think
I
I
thought
didn't think anything
that's
of it.
just him. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I didn't think nothing of it either. That's just Kawhi. But yeah, I don't know. This is a huge game. I thought the Clippers had a good chance to compete with the Suns at least, but now that's went down a little bit. What you think about this injury?
I mean, it seems like a ongoing theme of not just this playoffs, but Kawhi Leonard, man. Like his career for the past 6 years seemed like every single year, like he just has issues staying healthy. Even the years that he's been able to have deep playoff runs, and when they won the championship in 2019, like he had to sit out a lot of that season, and he had to load manage most of the year. And people kill him for that, but and I kill him for that too. But this man, like, he probably needs to load manage. Like it is
Yeah.
what it is. Like he at this point he can't really stay healthy over the course of a season. He can barely even stay healthy over the course of a playoff run. And I think like he was playing like those first two playoff games, he was playing damn near 40 minutes each game. So he was playing more minutes than he's been playing like throughout most of the season. Like I wouldn't be surprised if
Mhm.
those first two playoff games was the most minutes he's played in back-to-back games all year. Probably. And so like for him to be playing like that much, and
Mhm.
already he was having issues coming back to start the year. Yeah, I would say it's concerning because they already don't got PG. Also out with a knee sprain. Now the question is how severe is it? Is it just like a minor? Like I don't know like how minor it can be for him just to miss one game with a knee sprain, then come back in game four. So that to me seems like I don't know like what's the actual story with this, because to me a knee sprain to me feels like you out for the series, right?
Mhm.
But like they just said he's out for game three, so I really want to know what the actual specifics are on the injury. But is it just like really like they just is it maintenance or something? Like is it really just like he's resting this knee? Is it really like a sprain for real? Because if it's a sprain for real, like, to me you out. Like it's you're out for at least the series, just done.
Uh,
But the funny thing is we're about to see like we're about to see full Westbrook in this game tonight,
yeah,
because
nah.
with they
Yeah, we
kind of
finna
got
see.
to,
Yeah.
because there's not really much you can do except for you got to like hope Russ just has one of them nights like he had that game. It don't necessarily got to be 5 for 5 from three like he had in that game against the Grizzlies this year
Mhm.
when Kawhi and PG were out. But it got to be like you probably want to see that 30-point triple double type Russ if you can get it, and you're gonna live with the efficiency that he's gonna give you. But I'm very I know Russ is gonna be extra motivated to try and do something tonight, because this would
Got
be a
to.
huge, yeah, he got to.
Mhm.
And against Kate, like now he's going to be like in that primary role. He's going to have to be creating. Hopefully they got to hope that they're back at home. They got to hope that Eric Gordon hitting, the role players like
Batum.
Batum, all those dudes got to be
Mhm.
hitting from three. That's going to be their best chance to try and pull this off. But I'm not liking their chances. I'm feeling it's going to be a Suns blowout. But we gonna see.
Yeah,
But
I don't love the Clippers chances tonight. I think I was trying to do some research real quick. I wasn't sure if that's the same knee or like area he had that quad injury in, but it said it's not related to his ACL injury at all, so that's good. But um yeah, man, this is just a story of the Clippers so far. If you look at it, like I think they had like 1 year. when they was like healthy together. Like
Yeah.
it was the bubble year, and that's when they blew the 3-1 lead. But after that, it was Kawhi was out, right? Kawhi
Yeah.
got hurt. Then the following year, he missed the whole season, you know. And then now we back to this season. PG was hurt going into this series, so people weren't really giving him a chance against Phoenix, and now Kawhi's back hurt again. It's just unfortunate. I mean, I'm not. I gotta go back and look at the game. I don't know when the injury occurred, but I was just thinking. I was like, well, if he injured it in game one, and they already got their they got when you the road team in the series, you want to split like the first two games. That's ideally what you want to do. That way you can steal home court, and they got that in game one. So I don't understand why, since he sustained the injury in game one, why didn't he, I guess, rest the injury for game two, so that when they come home, you can play in this pivotal game three. But now, I guess he wanted to give it a go, see if they can win in game two, and they was playing pretty good, but the Suns pulled off. But um, yeah, I don't know, man. It sucks, and I don't see how they can really even win this. I kind of saw a way they could win the series, without Paul George, but now I don't see it. If Kawhi is out, and then I guess a knee strain, it could be soreness or something. So maybe he could be back for the game Saturday, but you know, I don't know. And I know Clippers fans were complaining a lot because they were saying how they schedule so tight, because they already on game three,
Yeah.
and they started, I believe, Saturday, right? Yeah,
Oh, they started Sunday. I'm pretty sure. No, am I wrong? They started the playoff started what? The first play opening playoff.
Saturday.
No, you're right. Okay, so yeah, they started, yeah, you're right. They started Saturday because they started the same time as the Nets and the
Sixers.
Nets and Sixers. They were the same night. Nets, Sixers,
Yeah.
Warriors, Kings. So yeah, they started
Yeah,
the same night as those other two, Nets, Sixers, and Warriors, Kings.
yeah, and they already like on game. Well, are we sure? Yeah, because when did they start? They started. You said Saturday, right?
Yeah, he started that night, I believe. I want to say.
Wait, I don't know, but they the only ones I know that had like a tight schedule, because they like their schedule's been like every other day. So okay, no, they started Sunday, so it was
Oh, they
Sunday.
started Sunday.
Yeah, so they played Sunday, played Tuesday, now they playing Thursday. Whereas like the Lakers, they just played they just played their game 2 yesterday, and then they're gonna be playing game 3 when the Clippers gonna be playing game 4. So they have had one of like the tightest schedules so far, I say. Like Golden State, they on game 3 now, but they started their series Saturday. So, they had one of the tightest series. They meant
Yeah,
Clippers
they've had a
versus.
game. It's been a game every other day for them. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. No, you're right. Because the yeah, you're right. Because I believe the Warriors and the Sixers had extra day for that game three when they go go on the road or whatever. But
Do you think that the fact that they've like low managed Kawhi like this season, and however long he been there, and that he has, when he gets to the playoffs, you can't, even though you don't play back to backs, you play every other night sometimes. um You think that has something to do with it? The fact that his body isn't accustomed to playing just every other night, because like he'll probably do it like twice, and then the third night he'll rest or something like that. Do you think his body isn't accustomed to that, or
I
uh
think so. I think it's both of that. I think it's the lack of rest in between, but also the amount of minutes that they're playing in the playoffs
mhm.
compared to what he's been playing all season, and Yeah, I mean, it's also going to be more intense in the playoffs. You know, like he had to like put up what he put up damn near 40 in each game, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean,
You talking about like 40 points or minutes?
no. I mean, well, both,
Yeah, I know he had
both.
like I think he had like 31 last game, but I
He,
mean he
yeah,
had 38 in the
he
first
had 38 in
game.
the first game, but and but minutes, I think he was damn near 40 in both games as well, right? I think it was like 38 and something.
Yeah, he had 42 in game one, and then game two. How many minutes he played? 39.
See,
So
40.
yeah,
Yeah, that's I would say almost no doubt in my mind he ain't played that
yeah.
much back to back games all
Mm-hmm.
season.
That's 80
Yeah,
minutes, two
it
games. So
might be the most. So, and given the fact that he was out the whole year before that, that's the most minutes he played back to back games in probably like 3 years.
mm,
So it's like probably since last time he was in the playoffs. So and got hurt, right?
yeah,
So
he
yeah,
did, and I don't think that wasn't even like a contact injury, ACL.
and remember, like when that happened, I don't know if you remember back when he had the injury in the playoffs against Utah. They said at first it was a knee sprain. It
Mm.
was like first it was like there was like it was kind of like it was
I remember it was they just said like knee injury or something like that. They didn't say it was ACL or nothing like that.
yeah, and then it was like very like random and like obscure. It was like wait, so it's like it seemed like it might not be anything serious at first,
Mm-hmm.
and all of a sudden it went from that to like oh like he out for the season and it's like an ACL potential injury. I'm like what? And then he
Mm-hmm.
sat out a whole year.
Because they were saying he could have potentially came back versus the Suns, and
Yeah, they
then
were saying something like that. Like
yeah,
it was like everyone was holding out that hope, and then we found out like no, there was absolutely no chances, and that was coming back. Period.
mm.
You know, but but
that's
yeah,
been the
so it's
whole that's been the whole tenure with the Clippers. Just hurt every year.
yeah, I'd be like joking sometimes with like some of these dudes I'll be talking about in this group chat because I say this sometimes. We've seen how many times we've seen in the past few years where a team that's benefited from a team go like have benefited from injuries, then suffer from those injuries. So like Kawhi in 2019, when they won that championship, the Warriors were decimated by injuries, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then since then, this man hasn't been able to like he's been like dealing with injury issues, right? And if it's not him, it's his team, right? And we could look at Giannis. Giannis 2021. He benefited from the Nets having a bunch of injuries, right? And we see Giannis, his team last year, Chris Middleton getting injuries. Now he's dealing with injuries potentially in this playoff series against the Heat, and then also like it just seems like it's crazy how that happens like that. But it's there's also the Suns. The Suns like they benefit from injuries when they made that finals run
Mm-hmm.
with with Booker and CP3, and then the following year they also suffer from some injuries. Well, actually, no, I'm tripping. They just choked.
Yeah,
But this year they suffer from some injuries.
yeah, they have.
But yeah,
Yeah,
but
I say yeah, them go to state. They've benefited and they suffered. Um,
yeah,
um, um, Lakers, I say they benefited, and they suffered.
mostly they suffered.
Yeah,
Yeah, but yeah, it seems like to be like it's an ongoing thing though. It's like for a while now, every single playoffs, it's like it really becomes highlighted more and more because it's how many stars it's happening to.
mm-hmm.
Because a lot of times it would just be like maybe one star and some role players, and but it's like the narrative like every year is health. It's
Yeah,
always been a thing, but like we can't stop focusing on it because
mm-hmm.
it really comes down to it's not just how good your team is, but how healthy you are by the end of the postseason run.
Yeah. That's
And
that's kind of what it comes down. Because if you look at it, I think a big thing. I don't want to take anything away from Sacramento, but they were like the healthiest team like this year. Because if you look at,
yep,
I mean, Sabonis has that injury, but he was on the court. He played through it like that hand injury, and I think they had the 5-man like the 5-man unit with the most minutes, I believe. Their starting five had the most minutes played. with more than any other starting five in the West this season. And
I
I
can
think that's
believe it. It makes
yeah, and that's a huge factor to success. I mean, I'm not taking anything away from Sacramento, but the
I'm
fact
a,
that they
I'm
were
be I'm being completely honest. I think if everybody was pretty much healthy, I don't think they would have had the success. They wouldn't have had the type of season they had. I'm not saying they wouldn't have made the playoffs, but I don't think they would have been as high as seed if like everybody was healthy.
yeah.
But that's the thing. It's something that you got to factor in. Is
Hmm.
everybody's not going to be healthy. There's just certain players that are going to have injury issues more often than others because some guys are injury prone, some guys are older up there in age, and the Kings, they played well this year and they capitalized on, it's to their benefit, their youth, them being so
Hmm.
healthy as a team. Um, but yeah, like it plays a factor every single year. We're just noticing it more and more now because it seems like it's repeat guys that are getting hurt. It seems like right. Um,
Yes.
the
Yeah.
frequency it seems like it's more, but
Yeah. I don't know. It's yeah, man. I don't know. What you think happened? Let's say they lose in the first round. What do you think happens with the Clippers?
damn man. And that's the thing is that's the most likely outcome. But it's like, what can you even do? Because like, are you gonna really try and like blow that up? Like, it's just like they're in a tough situation to me. Because like the reason why this has been failing has been largely due on injuries. But like when you have Kawhi healthy, he what he's capable of giving you. All right. And so
Hmm.
it's like you don't want to just like, you know, let that go. Kawhi probably still wants to be there. I don't see like I'm pretty sure he wouldn't want to be out because like the reason like he's still trying to play, he's still trying to win. He just can't stay healthy, you know. The PG thing was just unfortunate, bad timing happened close to the end of the season. Probably got to run it back again, but it just feels like you smashing your head against the wall. But but you got to me, you
Hmm.
got to run it back again. It don't make any sense to blow it up because it's like injuries could happen, but like you don't want to. The potential that those guys have is still like very high. And
Yes. Cecil he tapped in. He said Kawhi ain't hurt. He said that's Vegas.
hey,
I don't know.
hey, I'm be dead ass. If he plays in game 4, I don't believe he's hurt. If he plays in game 4, I'm
I,
like it was some sneaky load managing type issues. Something I'm not buying it. Like how you have a knee sprain for one game. Like it don't make sense to me.
yeah, I
So
think it's I definitely I think he's having some type of knee soreness or something like that. But I don't know if it's really just a
yeah,
sprain because
but the
he going
reports are saying sprain, right? So it's like
yeah.
either the reports are wrong and he's like he just got like a what's the word for it? Like knee maintenance or some shit like that he needs to do. But
load
like
managing.
yeah, but like
Low managing a knee um contusion or something like that. I don't know. Um yeah, I don't know. It was interesting when you brought it up because if you look back like at NBA history, it's like that's the team that wins the healthy. I mean, you have to be good. You have to have your star, your superstar. But like just look back at every team that has won. They they were healthy, and the other team that they went against, they probably either wasn't as good or they were just missing some guys. Like,
it's really hard to think of a team that's won a championship that like had to overcome some serious injuries.
hmm
Like if you really like I gotta really think about it. I'm trying to remember like what was a team that like won that had like key injuries that like really were hard to overcome. And it's like damn near every single one of them they come up with them. They lose. They don't make it all the way. The only one I can think of that had like but the thing is I'm not even saying I mean it was an injury to a starter. But I don't think it was necessarily a massive injury. But Karan Butler 2011 on the
I was
Mavericks.
just gonna say that.
Yeah, they won
Hmm.
without him,
Yeah.
and he was a good player, and he was a good key. I want and going into the season, you would think he would be a key contributor, probably, right? And the way things turned out, and then they
Yeah.
end up overcoming it. Really, just like kind of collectively with role players like dudes stepping up, like Deshaun Stevenson and guys like that. But
Marion.
yeah, Sean Marion, but he was like but he was already to me like a key guy, right? So it's like. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, but yeah, that's the only one I could think of. And yeah, it's kind of tough when you think about it. So it feels like every year that if somebody has that happen to them, you're not. They pretty much it kills their playoff chances. Um, that's a really good it's a really good little trivia question right there. Like what teams have
I
had
almost,
the
I
most
almost left it
success?
for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What teams have had the most success with as far as like how far they went with injuries, or did they actually? What teams have won championships with key injuries? Got to be an extremely short list if there even is a list to make, right?
Let me see.
Um,
Let's go back. So 2022 was Golden State. They were good. 2021 Milwaukee, they were good. Lakers, they were good. Raptors.
and think about it. All the
Um,
teams that we're
well,
mentioning,
I would say yeah,
yeah, all the teams that we're mentioning. If we think about it, like laying in their wake was some team that got injuries like
yeah.
crazy, right? Team, yeah.
hmm
Like, mhm.
Um, I was gonna say Milwaukee, but they were only missing like DiVincenzo, who's a good player, but I don't think he was just like a.
Oh yeah, yeah,
He probably wasn't
yeah.
even. He probably wasn't even like a
Yeah,
top 5 player on the
yeah.
on
He
the
was a
on the
moderate
Thunder.
role player, right?
Yeah. Uh
Um,
huh. Warriors, nah. Cavs, nah. Spurs, nah. Heat, nah. Dallas, that's Karan Butler. That's probably the only one. The Lakers in 2010, nah. I'm trying to go back in time. The Lakers again, no.
2009, nope.
Celtics, no. Spurs, no. Heat, mm-mm. Spurs, no. Pistons, no.
Spurs again,
Spurs, nah.
nope.
Then the Lakers were good. Spurs again. The Bulls. I can say, well, nah. I wouldn't really say the Bulls, but
Oh, you're
nah.
talking about like Scotty?
Yeah, with Scotty.
Yeah, he
But
was dealing with injuries, but he still
yeah,
like was able to play
yeah,
pretty
he
much,
he, he played.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think this may be
It's
a wrap
damn
for
yeah.
this may be a wrap for the Clippers, man. I don't know, bro. They probably need to move on, bro. Because it's not like they have nothing. They don't really have nothing to show for it. I mean, they got. I mean, have these
So you think
years.
wait, so you're saying like they should blow it up after this year if they lose this?
Man, I just don't like the. It's I don't like the trend. It's like it's every year. It's either um Paul George or Kawhi, and right now it's both. So I mean, it's like what's that? 3 straight years of injuries,
Yeah.
injuries derailing their season. Um, like what? Like I don't know. It's like what you think they'll. I know that their ceiling is probably winning the championship, but it's like will we ever see that?
I
But
mean, yeah, that's the thing. I just feel
mhm,
like if you blowing it up, it's like you're gonna do a whole rebuild. You're gonna trade these guys for picks.
mhm.
Um, I feel like that would just be like pointless at this point. Like I feel like you gotta just like you can't waste the potential that's there. That's what I feel like.
Yeah,
Because it's one thing if you're going in there and you're just constantly losing, or like if the fit's not working, things like that. We saw that they made the conference finals when they were healthy and they choked a 3-1 lead in the bubble. Right,
hmm
that was the one healthy look we had at them. As long as Kawhi is out there and he's trying to like continue playing basketball, he's still trying to like have a career or whatever. I
hmm
feel like as long as he wants to be there, I feel like you got to got to
continue
roll
to
with
go
it.
for it. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, I kind of agree too, to a degree. It's just like damn, but nah, I feel that too. I probably I would agree with that too because it's like you made the Paul George and the Shea trade for nothing at this point if you end up trading them because you traded all those picks.
that's that's another thing.
Yeah,
I wasn't even thinking about that part
yeah,
right there, but
you,
yeah,
you traded all those picks to get Paul George, and the only reason Kawhi came is because you traded for Paul George. So that you kind of You trade those picks kind of for both of them, and if you move off of them, it's like you did that for nothing at this point. It's like you have nothing to show for it besides making the Western Conference Finals once, which is you don't get no ring for that. But man,
Man.
Kawhi.
But I hope we do actually have like a.
I,
Even though I
I,
don't think
I
it's gonna.
thought I was gonna say I thought this would be the year we finally get the LA versus LA matchup, but you know,
It seemed like it's destined to not happen, man.
yeah,
Seemed like every opportunity that's been a possibility is something happens. Um,
Clippers, man, they ducking that smoke.
hey, y'all ain't cleared the pathway
Yeah,
yet, Keith.
no, we ain't clear yet. We ain't clear yet because
Yeah,
yesterday
I
was
believe that
nasty.
y'all will though. I believe that y'all will, but yeah, this the Ja thing, like I don't even know. We got to
Yeah,
see what he looks like whenever they do decide to play him, because I feel like
I
he's
just
gonna come
hate.
back.
No, I just hate that when we hold on, give me just a second.
Mm.
What is it? Uh, oh, there we go. But I just hate like when we notice that the other team is like depleted, we do not show up. We go into the game coasting, like it's whatever. But um, if Ja was out there, we know we gonna go play hard, try to win, put our best foot forward. But I don't know. I feel like they was yesterday when I watched the game. I felt like they were content with getting the split. They as in Anthony Davis, um, D'Angelo Russell, um, who else? Who else is out there tripping? Um, LeBron a little bit because it was I don't know. I ain't like some of these threes he was taking, even though he shot the ball well like for the game. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like yesterday they were just content with getting this. Like I don't know, saying they can go out there and try, but it was like it's like oh well, we got the split. Let's get back to LA. But I don't like that mindset. Maybe that's just me, but yeah, I don't like how that looked yesterday. But I do expect them to be locked in for the next game Saturday. I hope they are, because the Grizzlies they're not a bad team without Ja.
No,
Like,
they find a way to they've been showing it like they showed it last year, especially.
mhm,
Um, they play. I mean, they're able to like move the ball a little bit better when Ja's not out there. I don't think that they could beat the Lakers without John. Of course, with series, but like, could they get
mhm,
a game? Could they get one more game? Possibly. I feel like they're going to end up needing him, his like ability to like go off to drop a 30-point, 40-point night. They're going to need that in the series. Um, Rui to me, I was surprised like
hey,
he had
hey,
another good outing right there in game
yeah,
in game two
Rui,
because I didn't think he was gonna repeat that at all.
yeah, Rui
And
been cooking. Like he has a sustainable um game style. Like the way he plays, getting to the mid range, cutting, um, he attacks like the offensive glass a lot. Spotting up, even though sometimes he's inconsistent with his 3-point shot. He has a consistent, um, and he has an efficient way of playing the game. It's just a matter of him getting minutes and him knocking down the shot. So, I mean, his consistency actually isn't. It's it's a little surprising, but it's not that surprising. Just because I know what he's capable of, like his talent level and everything. Like people call him, because I ain't know when we first made the
baby Kawhi.
baby Kawhi, like when we first made the trade for him, like I knew who he was, but I didn't. I won't say I was really familiar with his game. When I started to watch his game a lot more, I was like, man, this dude, he kind of got some Kawhi to him, like getting to the mid range, just knocking. Like I think when he got to the Lakers, he was shooting 50% mid range shots, which is like I think it was a little bit above 50% actually. Which
Yeah,
that's money.
yeah. To me, the 3-point shooting has been the thing that's been
Yeah,
surprising. Like as
yeah,
far
for
as
sure.
like, if he can keep that up, then of course that's a game changer for y'all. Um, Austin Reeves, we gonna see. I know you saw a little overrated players list. I saw him under there at the very
Oh
bottom.
yeah, yeah. They had him on that. They had him on that overrated list. I mean, it's not really surprising
What's
that
that?
some players feel that way, but it's all good. Let me see some.
My bad. My bad. My bad. All right.
And you did good.
Had had some food come in.
What you order, man? I'm thinking about ordering something right now too. I'm kind of hungry.
No, I ordered pizza.
What kind of pizza?
4 cheese with pepperoni. It was from Quattro Formaggi. It was from this that pizza place called Coppa Osteria, I think it is. It's whatever. But yeah, anyways.
I know that one. That sound good though. I ain't gonna
No, it's good. But yeah, for these playoff games, I'm gonna have to have something to grub on while I watch these.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I feel it. I might give me some. I was watching earlier because Giannis and them they had to make a not Giannis. The Bucks they had to kind of pick up the. I thought Giannis was gonna play, in that last game, but clearly didn't. But they got by. Well, I wouldn't say just they got by. That's an understatement.
Really, it was a role reversal from the first game, because in game one we saw
Mm-hmm.
after Giannis went out, the Heat were just bombing away from three. They got hot. They shot one of their best 3-point shooting nights of the year, and on the opposite side we
Mm-hmm.
saw the Bucks. They couldn't hit anything, and then literally game two, it was damn near every single Buck that shot a three could not miss. Like Ingles was like 5 for 6 from three.
Bro, they
Um,
were on here.
yeah, they were on fire. And then on the other side, the Heat, they were bricking threes. The only dude that was really good from three in game one and game two was freaking Gabe Vincent of all people. And I thought and like Love, I think he hit like 4 threes in the first game. He didn't hit
Yeah,
any threes in game two. So, but yeah, so it was like one of those nights, which I honestly wasn't surprised to see that
yeah.
happen
Pat Connaughton hit
because
six threes.
yeah.
Drew Holiday hit like four. What you said? It was
Oh, Joe Ingles.
yeah, five. And this was Loki a must because if they went down 0-2 going to Miami, would have been a little ugly.
Yeah, I haven't even seen if they had any
Yeah.
like they say anything on Giannis.
You think Giannis comes next game?
I feel like he would be playing like because I think they said like wasn't he like didn't they upgrade him to questionable before game two, or am I tripping? Because mm, mm, mm. I feel like he's
Let
gonna
me
play
see. Let
game
me check.
three.
He
Drew
gonna
Holiday,
play.
Drew Holiday told the reporter they said that Drew Holiday told reporters that he told Giannis he's gonna hold it down for game two tonight.
Oh, that he did, because he was missing everything in game one. But game 2, he came out. He was hooping. What you expect from Philly tonight? You think Nets might grab one, or they put this 3-0?
Going into it, going into the series, I thought it was going to be Nets in 5. I mean, Sixers in 5. Imagine. I thought it was
Knicks
going to
in
be Sixers in
5.
5. Imagine, right? No, I thought it was going to be Sixers in 5. Um, the game 2 to me was like ripe for the taking for them, but Maxi went off, um, and like they just struggled like offensively, like every like second half in both games they've been struggling. We saw Cam Johnson have that crazy dunk on Embiid, but he didn't really do much in the second half. I from based on what they've been doing, I feel like they're going to do the same strategy they did in game 2, which is basically have Claxton as the roamer and have Royce O'Neal trying to guard Embiid and like Claxton doing the double teams helping,
Mm-hmm.
which is better than what they did in game 1 at least. But I don't think it's going to necessarily work. But I wouldn't be surprised if they steal a game here. I feel like they haven't like they could. I feel like they're due for some of these guys to have a crazy shooting night. And I want to see Philly come out there and like step on them and go up 3-0, and they could do that. But I'm not entirely confident they're going to do that yet. They got to show that to me. They got to show me that they're going to like. I know last year they went up 3-0 on the Raptors and they lost game 4. Remember?
Game 4 and game
They lost
5.
game 4 and game 5. Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of people. I thought they was gonna lose game 6 too. I ain't gonna lie, but they kind of that's when
they clapped them in game 6.
Yeah, they cooked them in game 6.
But yeah, the only thing that's like been like really sus to me is like watching like Spencer Dinwiddie run point for them, because this man's been throwing the worst lob pass I've ever seen to Steven. Yeah, like he's throwing Claxton some garbage passes. He's just throwing it at the rim. Do you see some of these like lob passes man's been throwing? And he had the nerve after one of those games. I think it was after game 2. No, it might have been after game 1. But he basically was putting a lot of the blame on Claxton. They were asking about it, and he was saying like he was blaming Claxton, like he was saying that he shouldn't be able to catch those. He shouldn't have been able to go up there and finish that. And I'm like, man, those were like guaranteed turnovers the way he was throwing those passes. And it's not like Claxton can't go up and get those, because I've seen him do it before.
Yeah,
but it's not like it was the passes that were the problem. And yeah, he just like he's been subpar offensively, scoring the ball, playmaking. He's been down. Like I feel like that's a huge problem for them. If he's gonna play better, you would think it would be this game back at home. It's clear they're not gonna play Cam Thomas, because I remember they asked Jack Vaughn about that, and he didn't say 100% that they're not gonna play him. But when they asked, he was kind of the way he was framing it. He was like, "Oh, if he's going to be out there, then that means I don't know. Like, are we going to have Mikal sit for him to be out there? Are we going to have Spence sit up?" To me, and when he said, I'm like, "Yeah, probably try Spence. Probably sit him a little bit."
Yeah.
He's like, "Are we going to have who was it else he was mentioning? Oh, Cam Johnson or whatever." And to me, like, if anything, you're playing Stephen Curry's son. You're playing Joe Harris' son. I know defense is an issue, but
yeah,
I don't think like those guys are much better defensively. Yeah, right. Maybe he can come out there and he could get hot and like go on a little run or something. Those guys are mostly just catch and shoot dudes, but can create a little bit. I think that I would just throw him out there for like 10 minutes and see what he could do. Like, you down 2-0, I would throw him out there for like, I'm not saying you need to like give him like the full reign to go do whatever he wants, but like see if he can cook a little bit. Maybe he'll get it going. It would be if this could be one of those nights where he goes crazy and drops 30, 40, who knows? I think that you got to take that. You got to take that risk now. But based on what he's saying, I don't think he's going to do it. I think they're going to go with the same exact game plan, same exact rotation, and the only difference is they're going to hope they make those threes that they weren't making in game 2, collectively. So another thing,
I think no, go ahead. What you saying?
Oh no, I was going to say another thing is like I don't know if you peep. Harden has shot 0 free throws in the first 2 games.
Yeah, I have peep.
That's
I think they said like in his last, I don't know how many playoff games, but he hasn't free throws in those either.
It was the last three. It was this. It was these first two and the last one before like when they got eliminated against Miami. But but to me
Mm.
like and we're gonna see how they officiate it because I know they Doc did one of those things that coaches like to do. Like I remember after game one, Jacques Vaughn was complaining about the officiating. He kind of was like doing subliminal stuff. Like he was like talking about Embiid or whatever. And then after game two, Doc kind of was saying that like talking about how like they've been on they haven't been getting like the calls and like they like I'm gonna be honest, like Harden did probably I don't think it's been a bunch, probably like 5 times he got fouled on drives like in the
Mm.
first two games and they didn't call anything. But he was baiting on a couple of them. Like he was doing his little when they stick their hand out and then he
Yeah.
brings it up. It's a foul because they hit you on the arm, but the refs just didn't call it. I feel like we're gonna see based on how the officiating is in this game. If are they still gonna be not calling that? Did Doc saying what he said have an impact? I don't know, but I'm curious to watch that because I saw he like this whole season he hasn't gone he hasn't gone a single game all year without shooting free throws, and he went back to back games for the first time this season without shooting free throws. He went from like literally
He said
not having a game
he went like
whole
the
season.
whole season.
He's shot free throws every game all season. He shot at least free throws like at least one time he's been to the line. Right. This was the first
Mm.
time that he did it. Not that he did it once, he did it back to back games. So we're gonna see. But I have a feeling that like he's probably gonna shoot free throws in this game. Like I'm sure he's gonna get fouled. It's gonna be some marginal contact, whatever, but he's gonna get to the line. I would be shocked if he
Yeah.
goes 3 straight games.
Yeah, I think if that's the thing though. I think if this is the game that Harden like breaks out and has like that, you know, not a not a not a Houston Harden game, but one of those games where Harden
Yeah.
just he feeling it and he just a beast. Then
Yeah,
it's gonna
which
be
I can
hard for
easily see that happening.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna be hard for Brooklyn to make this 3-0. It don't matter if Cam Thomas if they play Cam Thomas drop 50 or whatever he gonna do. I don't think if Harden comes out and he's getting to the free throw line like 5 to 10 times or something like that, and his three ball is falling. Hey,
Matter of
feeling
fact,
that.
just now that I think about it, based on I think Philly's gonna go up 3-0. Just based on that, thinking about that, like the fact that he shot 0 free throws in those first two games, and he had such a bad night, and y'all didn't take that game.
Mm.
Y'all didn't take game two. I feel like he's gonna most likely have a bounce back night, and he's probably gonna get to the line. It's probably gonna be more difficult because I don't know. I can still see the Nets getting one. Maybe it'll be game four, but yeah, I'm like
So
very yeah.
so I got a question for you since you're the Harden whisperer.
What's up?
You like Harden tonight? Um, points
What is it?
points points and assists.
Are you looking at
Oh
prospects?
yeah, points and assists over 28.5.
Points and assists over 28. Yep.
Like that.
Yeah. I think we getting another like a 20 and 10 game from Harden again. Maybe like 25 and 10 or something like
Didn't he
that.
have like 20 and 10 like in game one?
He had 23 and 13 game one. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Now game one he was good. He just he was missing his layups. I don't even think game one, like I think he maybe got fouled on maybe one of those, but like a lot of those he was straight up just like he got blocked a couple times, missed the rim. But it was a marginal like contact. Like
Mm.
I think game two is where he probably has a gripe. Like I think he got fouled on probably like 3 or 4 drives in game two and they just didn't call nothing. But yeah, like we're gonna see what he does. He better bounce back tonight because people are gonna be looking at him funny as hell. I already know this
Oh yeah,
that
yeah,
fool
yeah.
Dub on Open Gym is
Oh
ready
yeah,
to go
yeah. You know,
cook up some BS.
Dub
Yeah.
Dub couldn't wait. Dub made that
Yeah,
that
playoff hardness
that
around. This
headline
man,
so quick.
he just ignored game one, of course, and then
Yeah.
he was waiting on it, and then of course play.
He said it's an ugly 2-0. I was like, yeah, he
Which
said this
yeah,
y'all.
I'm like, if anything to me, like the fact that the Nets played that bad and they still won fairly comfortably about and like in game two, like
Mhm.
if anything, like to me, like that's actually a positive sign that they were able to win a game which Harden had one of his worst playoff games ever, like
Yeah.
statistically at least. Like
Mhm.
they won that game. I wouldn't think they would have won that game last year, right? And so the
Uh-huh.
fact they won that game, that to me is a positive thing because you're most likely going to get a better version of Harden than that. And
Mhm.
also, one of the things I feel like that could bode well for them from this series going into the likely Celtics versus Sixers series is that the way that the Nets are playing Embiid, the fact that they're double teaming him so much and forcing him to be a playmaker, it's getting all
Mhm.
those other guys going. It's getting all those other guys involved. Tobias is cooking. Tyrese Maxey's cooking.
Maxi,
These
yeah.
dudes are getting wide open, butt naked looks that they are going to get used to. Like they're going to get in a rhythm, right? So when they go into that series, especially if like this continues, like the rest of this next series, when they go into that Celtics series, those guys could be in a rhythm, hitting down open shots, getting those looks, so that when the Celtics start trapping Embiid, because the Celtics are going to do it, they do it as well, but they don't do it as fast as the Nets do it, right? They
Uh-huh.
do it later in the shot clock. They do it more sporadically later in the games, like second half. They don't just spam it constantly, double teams, right? But to me, the fact that they're getting a rhythm of that happening and being in the right spot, so that when Embiid's kicking the ball out and the ball's swinging, I got to knock down this shot. They're in that mindset already, right? So when that series comes around against the Celtics, this could be a perfect preparation for them of being ready just to like, okay, like we just experienced this more than we've experienced it all year long. So when that happens, they might knock down those shots even more. Come second round potentially could
Mhm.
actually be a positive. The way that the as a setup for that next round series. So we gonna see though.
Yeah. I mean, I think the Celtics they present. I mean, like you said, they on double Embiid for sure, but they do present like other matchups. I think on the other end that that the Brooklyn Nets just don't. So I think that that'll be more difficult for Philly. Once both these teams get through their first round series, but
Oh, absolutely.
but that's the same with the Celtics versus Atlanta because you know Atlanta they don't have the guy like that like Embiid. Somebody just imposes their will in the paint, in the mid range, get your team in foul trouble. And I think the Celtics may have to tweak their lineup for that that series because right now they start I think Tatum at the 4 and Horford um at the 5, but they may have to switch it and do and may start Rob Will now because he been coming off the bench lately and they don't even Grant Williams hasn't even played uh this this um this series versus Atlanta. So, and I think he's gonna have some minutes on Embiid as well, because he's probably gonna be like the guy who picks up Embiid at the point of attack, and then you will have Rob Will and Al Horford help him out in the paint off of PJ Tucker, and they're probably gonna make PJ Tucker hit the three. That's what I'm thinking. Boston game plan would be.
Nah, yeah, that's most likely what they're gonna do. I mean, I feel like that's what the Nets started to do in that second game. They're probably gonna do it a lot more tonight too. Is have Claxton on PJ kind of and roaming off of him.
Yeah, Romanoff.
Yeah,
Ha-
yeah. Talk
Has
about this. What were you saying?
what you say?
I was gonna say we got to get into that Warriors Kings.
Oh yeah, for
Um,
sure. What you who you got tonight, man? Because and man, Draymond Green is out, and I don't know, man. Our predictions, I picked Golden State. You picked Golden State. They kind of they looking a little funny right now in the light, man.
um, man, it's tough with Draymond being out. Like it's definitely gonna be a shootout, no doubt about it tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I feel like I'm still gonna pick the Warriors though. I feel like that coming back home, we're gonna have. It's gonna be one of those games where like they shoot the lights out of the ball. I feel like Curry's he's gonna do what he's been doing. They gonna get a similar production from Clay, but I feel like Wiggins is gonna have a big night tonight. I feel like that's the dude that's gonna step up. And I feel like they need it to be Poole. I would like that would be preferable, but um, but I feel like it's gonna be Wiggins. And I feel like some of these Kings role players, even though like some of them haven't shot like as well as they've been shooting all year. Like Kevin Herter hasn't really showed up at all this series. Tonight could be the night where he shows
Yeah,
up, but I feel like some of the other guys might struggle a little bit being on the road. That's always the question. Like I talk about experience stuff like that, and that's always a factor to me. We're gonna see how that experience shows itself on the road in the playoffs. Um, Now they could come out there and we're gonna see they could do what they've been doing these first two games, but I got to see that to believe it. And right now, I still think that even without Draymond, I think it's gonna be 2-1 after tonight.
yeah.
And
I'm not gonna lie. As much as I want to pick Sacramento in this game, and
yeah,
I have like legit reasons to.
I hope the Kings sweep them
Um,
actually,
yeah,
but
yeah, for real. Hope
but
they
that ain't
sweep
gonna
them out
happen. I
right
mean,
there in San Francisco. But as much as I want to, um, nah, I'm not picking against uh Curry, Clay. I mean, this is a must win. They gonna be out there playing uh desperate basketball. Um, I kind of expect Wiggins to come alive this game. I know he was out for months and he just happened to come back for the playoffs. And you kind of got to get back in game shape and get your legs back under you. He was out for a few months, but this might be the game.
and we still don't really know what that was about.
Yeah, I
It's a
heard
lot
it
of
was
speculation, but
no, right when he's about to come back, they said it was something about his medical condition his pops was dealing with, something like that. It was another rumor way before that, which was kind of
yeah, which was
messed
terrible.
up. That was terrible. I hope that isn't the case, but um,
No, you're right. Okay, I was just checking. I mean, if this is true, it says the real reason for his absence in mid-February was that his father, Mitchell Wiggins, was dealing with a serious medical situation.
mm,
Mm.
yeah. So yeah, I think that's what it was. He didn't want to elaborate, but I understand that. But yeah, this might be the game for Wiggins for him to get back and because they need it. They're gonna need it from everybody. They need Poole. He was playing kind of hurt. Kuminga, who hasn't been playing good. I mean, they got guys to get it done. This game may be reminiscent of that game early in the year when it was the Clippers versus the Kings, and that game was like double overtime. That was one of the craziest games I've ever seen. I thought that game was like 170 something to
Man,
that game was
they felt like that game was never going to end.
yeah. That game was ridiculous. It was just straight, but it was Malik Monk and Darren Fox versus like Kawhi and Paul George and Norman Powell was hitting threes and um man, I don't know. That game was ridiculous. So I feel like this game may give us that game vibes.
Yeah, so far both we 2 games in, they've both been great games. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm hoping that this is another like crunch time, end of the clock type of possession. But we gonna see.
You know what? Just for that, I think I might take Stephen Curry tonight.
What's the over under on that?
See, they had him at 29.5 points. Earlier they bumped it to 30.5. So you gotta score 31 now. Hold on. Let's see.
I feel like they need to have over. Do they have over under on shot attempts on there now or not? Like
They
field goal
do.
attempts?
Mm-hmm.
Damn. I need to go see what Russell Westbrook's over under is on
Bro,
field goal attempts tonight.
they had it at because right now they have like this thing going where they give like a random $1 million entry to somebody and somebody put in Russ over 15.5 field goal attempts right when the Kawhi news was announced. So now it's been removed. It was 15.5. Now it's 18.
Man, I feel like you're gonna hit that for sure.
18.
I mean, he hit 19 in
Look,
game one, right? In game two, he hit it as well in game two.
yeah, he had a really good game in game two.
Yeah, I feel like I think he's hit that both the first two games. Like, what better?
29.5. Okay. He said Russ points and assists. I got Russ points and assists. I got Harden points and assists. I got Clay for a free throw. Matter of fact, I could probably let me say something. He said Russ dropping the triple double.
I mean, I think he is too. The question is what's the scoring gonna look like? But yeah,
Are they gonna win though? Clay
yeah.
Clay at 4.5, man. You think Clay threes at 4.5? Curry got bumped. So he told me Russ points and assists, Clay threes, Curry points. See something, see something, see something, see something. Hold on. Oh, he said the Clippers. He said the Clippers are gonna win though. I doubt that.
If Clippers win, it's gonna be panic for all the KD fans and Phoenix Suns fans. Like, man,
What is he? He said Russ. Let's see. All right. What's the next one? He said. Oh, you said Harden, right? I had Clay. Clay. You said Clay three. I'm gonna take that. Look at that free throw, man. Clay can hit one free throw, bro. Clay should be able to hit one at home.
has he been getting? The question is, he's got to get there, right?
Yeah, like
think he
his
would
free
get? You think
throws
he
is
would get
at.
there once?
You would think.
I'm very curious. Has he shot
He
free throws
said,
in this?
"Yeah, bro. I don't know. I don't know if they got a chance, bro."
I mean, tonight, I
Yeah.
give them a. I give them a 15% chance tonight, something like that.
15. I
Yeah,
give him like about a 10. I give him about a 10. I mean, they can play hard. Um, I don't know, bro. Damn. With Kawhi, it's close to 50-50. I'd say that. I ain't gonna lie, but Kawhi is just man.
I need Eric Gordon to drop that 30 points so I could tell Justin tell that
Oh
dude.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah,
This would be
yeah.
this
Gordon.
would be a perfect game for Eric Gordon to go drop 30.
Yeah. I think the good part about the Clippers, I mean, they still have the depth to compete. It just a matter of who Ty Lue puts out there. I'm
And
wondering why.
defensively, that's another thing. Defensively, it's gonna be a lot harder to to deal with KD or like.
Yeah. I'm wondering why they haven't been playing Robert Covington. Um, I mean, I understand Marcus Morris, but Robert Covington, he's still.
Yeah, probably gonna see him tonight.
Yeah, I mean, you got to throw the sink out there, really.
Mm.
Let me see. I'm trying to wrap up my picks. I wonder if I should take Claxton. They have Claxton for a foul. I mean, not a foul for um 3 fouls.
I feel like he's gonna get that for sure. I mean, I just have a feeling when it almost seems like whenever a coach uh, does one of these little things in the press conference, like in regards to refs, like we see the game called more tightly,
Like
right?
when I, what you mean?
I feel like it happens pretty frequently. Like we see like more fouls called like in those. I mean, it's just like I'm just speculating because I can't prove this, but it
Mm.
feels like whenever a coach in the post game complains about officiating, that in that next game in the playoffs, it usually feels like we see the game called a little more tightly, or like they call more fouls. They might be actual fouls. Like I'm not saying the fouls aren't actually fouls, but that they call more the stuff that they might have been letting go to the previous game. And so I wouldn't be surprised if we see guys like pick up more fouls like that. So yeah, I mean I could see like Claxton going over 3 fouls, but how many fouls did he have like in the last game? I'm curious. He had 2 fouls. No, he had 3 fouls. Oh, he was right at 3.
Mm.
The dude that was picking up all the fouls was Royce O'Neal because they had him guarding as the primary defender on. He had 5. He's a primary defender on Embiid.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that game about to start in a little bit. No, 30 minutes.
The Sixers game.
Yeah, it's at 6:30 though. Mm-mm-mm. Did you hear when we were on there on Open Gym? Did you hear like any of the argument we were having with this fool?
No, I
That
I
fool was,
came I came right at the end. I was fixing me something to eat, and then I came right at the end. I saw you was on there, and I was like, "Damn, let me try to get on."
yeah,
But
this
nah,
dude was talking. Man, I could not understand what he was like. He was saying that like I'm not saying he was arguing that Kawhi was better than KD during his prime, like regular season playoffs. But then he was like, we were like, so what do you count as the prime for KD? And he was saying 2012 to 2016. And they said they were saying basically, why aren't you counting the Warriors years? And he was saying he was giving it a Golden State tax to not count those years because he was playing on a stacked team, and and we
he
ain't counting
said
it.
he
Yeah,
said go to state tax.
yeah. This man said Golden State Tech because we ain't he didn't want to count the years that he was like, oh, like he had the the team stacked or whatever. And
Mm.
so he was counting those years, and then he was counting Kawhi from 2017 up until I guess now. And so like, yeah, it was going back and forth with that. But then he was saying like it just didn't make any sense because then his argument was like he was basically he even said like straight up he said this. I don't know. To me, this is just absolutely not true. But he said that Kawhi was a better passer and playmaker than KD. I was like, yeah, like
I disagree.
I feel like they both struggle like in that aspect, but
Mm.
Kawhi to me is much weaker there. Like it's not even close to me. Um, but yeah, but then he was arguing like playoff scoring. He was like, oh, in the playoffs, Kawhi has a better mid range percentage. Kawhi has a better 3-point percentage in the playoffs or whatever during those years. And I'm like, yeah, but also KD was going against much tougher defenses as well. And it's not like his percentages weren't good. Yeah, so it's like, but yeah, it was a silly argument. But this man,
Yeah,
but
cause I had came. We can actually let's see. We can actually go back and look at that shit. But
yeah, I
because
saw
I
you
had
came in.
came,
You came in there, I think, when he was listing guys off, right?
yeah,
And
and
he's probably list.
he said Chris Paul,
Yeah, he said
but
Chris Paul's like,
he contradicted himself because it's like how you gonna say cause no what he said if you can be better on both sides of the basketball, but
Did you see me send that chat on that? I
yeah,
sound
because
like
I told him I told him read the super chat that you sent. He said you can be better on both sides of the basketball, but not be a better player. And I was like, bro, huh?
man. And his way
Like,
of
bro, what
trying to
you
defend
saying?
that was hilarious. The way he was trying to defend that. I think he brought up Magic Johnson to be like, yeah, like Chris Paul is better than he's better than Magic Johnson on both sides of the basketball, but he's not a better player because Magic Johnson was more impactful with and I'm like, so if that's the case, then Magic Johnson's a better offensive player then, right? That's like it's just like doesn't make any because he was talking about his impact being things about his playmaking. Like he was talking about how his playmaking was more impactful and stuff. I'm like, if that's the case, then no, like he's not better than him on both sides. He's because you could then the argument would be that Matt Johnson's the better offensive player. But but yeah, so no,
He said on Players' Choice last night. They said Greek Freak would average 21 in the 90s.
that fool
With 21 was
ticket I think was
rebounds.
saying
21
nah, I think he's
rebounds.
I think no, it was points. It was points. It was points. But I think Ticket was
Like
saying if like he went if
rookie Giannis.
yeah, I think Ticket was saying too. Man, I didn't even know like they were like killing him on that panel yesterday. Did you
Oh,
see any of it?
I wouldn't even. Nah, I was
Man,
with I was with Deja last night. I didn't even see.
they were tearing him apart. Like he got cooked so bad. Like he was fumbling. He was fumbling crazy, man. Like they said they asked him because I could see like Lowe was trying to get him down bad. Like he asked him, so what's your? He's like, give me your top 5 small forwards because they were trying to see if his logic was consistent because he'd be saying a lot of stuff that he'd be contradicting.
Yeah,
So
he do.
he was like my number one small forward is Larry Legend, Larry Bird, you know, and he's
What
like
you
number
talking about all
2
time or just the 90s?
all time, all time. He had Larry Bird number 1, Larry Legend number 1. All right. And he was like, number 2, LeBron Raymond James. and he's like,
He
he's like number
said
3.
he got
Yeah. Yeah. And then he
man.
said number 3.
He really
Yeah, number 3. but they were letting him go because I'm like, at least based on if whatever his criteria he's gonna give, it can be consistent on this LeBron,
yeah.
Larry Bird, LeBron thing, whatever. But then here's where they got him. So they're like, okay, they're like, so here's your 3, and he's like, oh, I said my third one already, and they were like, wait, what? It's like, no, you didn't. He like literally just said those 2 guys, and then they're like, no, he's like, yeah, like I said, they're like, okay, so who was the third one? And he's like, and they're looking at him like it was like Dub, Mars, and Low. They're like, so you better not say KD, right? You're not gonna say KD, right? Right? And so who is it gonna be? And
Yeah,
he's
because
like,
I forgot what he said. What he said he got KD at. He said he got KD like 27th all time or something like that.
yeah. And so on his on his third all time small forward, this man said Dominique Wilkins, number 3.
Hold on, look.
And they
I, I found the clip. I wasn't even really watching it. I'm finna pull it up. It said something that said tickets top 15. Is that what it was when he was listing out 15?
so no, I think they asked him like that. It might be a different part because they asked him also separately. I think top 5 point guards, top 5 small forwards, and but I think in the top 15, I think he was saying if Giannis wins another championship, he's
Oh
over
yeah,
Hakeem. That's what he was saying.
yeah. Because I don't like when I don't know when he makes his like list. He loves to count what you call it, like achievements and stuff.
Yeah, but no. But
But I mean,
here's the problem though. So when he said the Dominique Wilkins at 3, they were like, hold up, Dominique Wilkins, where's his accolades? He don't got the accolades of KD. He don't got the accolade, and
yeah,
they were like, yeah, they were
I know
like,
what he gonna say.
and they were like also, and then Lowe was like, wait, you got Dominique Wilkins over Dr. J? Dr. J got a championship. He got an MVP, and he's like,
Mhm.
how does Dominique over Dr. J? And then he's like, man, like I just think Dominique Wilkins is better at basketball. And and then like they're like, okay, like he better like in what way? And then like he was like, he was saying in this regards to Dr. J and Kevin Durant. And he was saying like, oh, he developed into a really good mid range shooter. And I'm like,
Who?
wait
Wait,
a
who?
second. Dominic Wilkins. I mean, Dominic Wilkins. He got better as a mid range shooter, but like
Yeah.
that was like his that was he led his argument on why he's better at basketball is because talking about his mid range shooter. I'm like, bro, KD is arguably like one of the greatest mid range shooters of all time. Don't make any sense. Like,
I was
there's
like,
nothing shooting wise you could say that he does better
yeah.
than KD.
I just got notification. What's the name? Malcolm Brogdon just won 6 Man of the Year.
Well deserved.
Yeah.
Brogdon, well deserved.
Yeah. When they first announced the finalists, I said, yeah, he should win it. From the jump, I think I had
I think Quickly was up there too, right?
Quickly and there's Bobby Portis too. Because Bobby Portis, he averaged a double double off the bench. Oh man. Yeah, I gotta find this clip. Hold on. I think this is it.
Let's see.
He said that they overrate Jerry West.
Who overrated Jerry West? I didn't even see.
Yeah,
Is
bro.
Bolt your top
My
10?
top five, bro. My top 10 go like
One more thing. Where they go? But can you hear this?
No, I don't hear it. Let me see if I could find the part I'm talking about because this man was clowning like he got exposed multiple times.
Yeah, my computer here, man. Mm-mm. Yeah, try to find it for me, man.
Mm-mm-mm. Is this it? Let me see.
When I hear you touch that jaw, I'm telling you, going to sleep. When I touch anything, you're going to sleep. Once I touch that anything, you're going to sleep. I probably break your jaw. Facts. I feel like I'm gonna break your jaw with the hood. I just see you on the floor with a broken jaw. Go at the tip. You go at the tip. Don't go at the jaw. Say what? I'm gonna break your jaw. I promise.
Ooh.
Don't even bring your mother or your daughter. Don't bring them. Oh, you're gonna see them. Don't bring them. Don't bring them. I'm telling you. Don't bring them. Here, you touch that jaw. I'm telling you, going to sleep.
Who you got in that? Who you got in that fight?
Wait, who?
In that fight, Tank Garcia.
It's gonna be a good fight. I got Tank. But it's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna be watching for sure. I don't I do think that if it goes to decision, though, I do think that Garcia wins if it goes to a decision.
Yeah, that mug gonna be interesting, man. I don't know. A lot of people doubting Garcia, man. Garcia can win though. Do I think he will win? I don't know.
Here we go. I think I found what I was going to try to show you.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. This supreme clownery. All right, peep this. Man. Here we go. Let me see like that. They were like top 5 small forwards, and this man was like, "This easy right here, this easy." And then like, watch him struggle. Watch this struggle.
I asked you a question. Do you think Steph is a better point guard?
I keep answering it for you.
Nigga, Ron, y'all have a blessed night, man. These niggas is hellified cap, man. Ain't no fucking way that nigga's a better
Wait. How about this? Let's redo it. Let's go small forward. Let's go small forward. Who's a better? Name me your top 5 small forwards. So we don't have to go into the semantics of the
top 5 small forwards. This is easy. Number 1, I have to go Larry Bird.
Okay.
Number 2,
Look at Mars.
Ramon James. Number 3, I have to go.
Be very careful what you about to say next, because this is where things will become inconsistent. 3 through 5.
Hey, why are you trying to?
It will be inconsistent. No, because I want to hear who's the 3 through 5.
Why is this man doing this shit?
Because you gonna have to be consistent on this.
Let me think. Y'all some scumbag ass.
You got Dr. J, you got KD.
It's not KD. Who I said so far?
You said
Larry Bird and LeBron.
So you need 3 more. It need to be consistent from what you've been.
No, didn't I give you somebody after LeBron?
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
No, you did. You just said Larry Bird.
LeBron James, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what?
You better name a nigga who won an MVP and won multiple championships.
I ain't gotta do that. I'm gonna go. Because I've said this before. I'm gonna go Dominique Wilkins.
And that right there is where it don't make no
Exactly. It doesn't make any sense.
But I think Dominique. Hold on. No. But you said it.
You can't care so much about championships, accolades, and then all of a sudden, it's all really about who he likes.
Exactly.
Nothing.
Exactly.
We got no criteria. The criteria is I like this guy. That's the criteria.
That's why. That's why.
Where the MVPs? Where the MVPs?
He could have won MVPs and not won championships.
Hey, bro, listen. First of all, hold on. Hey, first of all, y'all
to the chase the same way you guys did with Hakeem and just say, let's look at the way he hoops. We can do that.
Oh, let's do that and see if it's better than Durant. Let's do that.
It's not.
That's not worse. Hey, hold on. What did Dom average for his career? Almost 25, right?
Yeah, he was a league scorer.
KD
Dominique Wilkins.
Oh, Dominic. I think KD and Dr. J. And
hold on. And didn't Dom have seasons where he was averaging around 28, 29 points?
Yeah, he had seasons where he averaged.
I think Dr. J also is checks off that box as well, though.
No, I'm saying no. I'm saying, but I'm saying. I mean, listen, different strokes for different folks.
But what is it though? Hold
on. I think Dominique Wilkins. I think he's better than KD.
No. Stop. Dr. J. Why? Why is it not better than Dr. J?
I like his game better than Dr. J's.
But the accolades.
I like his game better.
I can't.
Really? That's the truth. That's the truth. That's his only criteria.
No. He
he only be using the accolades and
I'm
the
with you on
other
that. Hold on.
things
I'm with you on
whenever
that, but I
it
still
fits
think
with the
that
person he likes.
Yeah.
Dominique
He's
played in
never
a better era
consistent
than
with
that,
it.
just a more competitive era.
What was the era? What
The
was
late
the-
80s and the
Stop,
early
stop, 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 stop. What was the era that he played in?
Nigga, the nigga was out here playing against Mike. The nigga was out here playing against goddamn.
Wait.
Reggie. The nigga was out here
Pause this
playing
right
against
quick, Drew. Pause this
motherfucking-
right quick.
All those dudes in that era, bro. You know what the fuck I'm talking about, man.
Same
Stop
era
capping,
that
nigga.
Hakeem played in.
Yeah.
He's playing against.
All right, yeah, I'm wrap. No, I'm gonna keep. I want to keep watching this, but I'm gonna just wrap up the episode.
Yes, rap.
Yeah, yeah. I appreciate y'all tuning in. If y'all watching the video, make sure y'all like and subscribe. And yeah, we out with this one, man.
Yeah, man.
But now, hey, you.